Welcome to the Call Up Show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. And I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibes, man. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh, now you guys can hear me? Okay, cool. Can you guys still hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay, perfect. So I was giving an intro to the show. You know, Jalen Brunson, 35 points, looking great out there. Brandon Ingram, 31, outdueling him. This game went according to what I told everyone in the Discord server. I said, yo, this game is very simple. The Toronto Raptors don't have no half-court attack. Jakob Portal shut him down because he's a factor. Pick and roll, but they don't got quickly. So I knew they wasn't going to really run no pick and roll. And Brandon Ingram, there's nothing you could do with him. Brandon Ingram is Brandon Ingram. It is what it is. He's on fire, you know. And they was able to weather those storms, dominate the glass, which is always something that's major and important. And I think that's what led to us getting the job done, just by making those two little tweaks. Of course, we're now 17-0 when going into the fourth quarter with a lead. So, you know, when you get into that third quarter and the Knicks is up, good luck, because more than likely you're toast. But salute to everybody that's in the building. Crim's Dad, I see you in here early. Mellow Mike, HRM the Great, big time salute to you guys. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel members. I see Maxine in the building early. And I see my man JJP NYC. So this is the post-game show, call-up show. I know it's late, 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion. Make sure I'm not missing no calls, because sometimes the calls don't pop up. But yeah, feel free to call in and let us know your thoughts. And I'm curious to hear how you guys feel tonight. But I was very confident coming into this game. I even put in a little FanDuel bet on it. You know what I'm saying? I had to. Sometimes you got to put your money where your mouth is, especially when you're confident that you can get the W. So that's what I did tonight. Salute to Randall in the building. Oh, I see you, Randall, channel member. Salute to you. I do appreciate all the channel members in the house. My thoughts on this game was just the Knicks doing everything that I expected them to do. I knew that Toronto Raptors would want to turn us over. That's their only offense. Just like Orlando. Like Orlando, they did a better job tonight because they did win their game, but they struggle in the half court. Especially without Franz Wagner. And in Toronto Raptors case, they didn't have R.J. Barrett and they didn't have Emmanuel Quickly. And those two are, you know, another source of half-court offense. You know, like I say, IQ running pick and roll with Portal. R.J. running pick and roll with Portal as well. And R.J. going downhill. They missed that tonight. Scotty Barnes was pretty much on smash. You know, 6 of 18, only 13 points for him. And it just was a tough night for Toronto. And I knew that they were going to be cooked. I just was very confident in these Knicks tonight. And, you know, we made it happen. We made it happen. I mean, when you look at the glass, plus 11 on the glass, total domination, very, very important. Maxine says, question of the night, did the Knicks play well tonight, in your opinion? Hell yeah, they played well. Did they shut up the critics who said that, oh, well, we're not a good road team? Well, this is our first technical statement win of the season based on, you know, the 82 night standard, which is defeating a top 5 team on the road, which is what we did in a cup game to go to Vegas. And actually, this is our first trip to Vegas as well. So to all you guys that's going to be making the trip to Vegas, salute to y'all. And I look forward to the Knicks, you know, going to the finals. I think we got a good shot. Orlando, I feel like they're tailor-made for us because, you know, they don't got Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner really is our Achilles heel. Outside of him, Paolo, you know, Paolo's still Paolo. And, you know, Bane looked really good tonight. He also had like 37 points, which was a high for the Orlando Magic in terms of NBA Cup play. And I thought that he was just, you know, very solid. But I still think that no matter how good Orlando look, I think that they're tailor made for us. But tonight's game, I think, just gave us a preview of how dominant this Knicks team could be, and I love it. Calculating said, "Can we trade Yabu, Dadier, and Robinson for who? For who? I'm curious to know for who." I got a page full of notes in my 82 Nights journal, by the way. Salute to everyone that's inside the 82 Nights Club. Go get your copy now on thisweekinsidethenix.com. And I'm there taking my notes, and I'm like, man, this Knicks team is looking really, really good. Uh-oh, we do got our first caller. Hello, caller. State your name, where you calling from.
Hey, Karan, this is Mellow Mike from Jersey.
Hey, how's it going, Mellow Mike? Salute to you. Hopefully, can you guys hear Mellow Mike on the line? Hopefully they can hear you. But how you feeling, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, there was a little trouble with
Great
the
to hear from
audio.
you tonight. Were you able to catch the game?
Yes, I did. Yes, I watched the game. Absolutely.
Okay,
Um,
and what was your initial thoughts on how dominant the Knicks were, especially in that second half?
I felt that they were definitely extremely dominant. Obviously, it was a little bit of a so-so start in that first quarter, but then the Knicks kind of locked it in the second. And
Mm-hmm.
watching this team,
Definitely.
watching this team having 6 players in double figures, it was pretty much a balanced attack. Jalen Brunson, with a game high of 35 points, really lit it up from the 3-point line. Um, Phenomenal. What was he? 6 for 9 on the threes.
Mike, you're going in and out. Like we hear most of your words, but then like
Can
every
you hear
third
me?
word it would go out. I'm not sure if you got us on speaker or something.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. Let's see if it would work now.
Let's see if this will work better. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just Jalen going 6 for 9 on the 3-pointers. Just very efficient. It looks like, he came to lead the way here for the Knicks and make a statement that he wanted to get to Vegas and bring the team along. So started with him, and I believe that everybody just pretty much followed
Yeah.
behind his lead.
Yeah. I mean they said in the Discord that it just reminded them of Mamba mentality.
Hmm.
The way he just came out, just the killer instinct. I'm not gonna let us go down big. I'm gonna keep the game close, do what we have to do. Yeah,
Hmm.
20 points in the first quarter. I mean, that's legendary stuff right there. The
Hmm.
brother, he's playing like an all NBA first teamer, and that's where we need him to be. And especially for us to have a shot. We do got the best closer in basketball, and I think he's still undisputed, despite what Cade Cunningham's doing this year.
Hmm.
I think that if the game is close, we're dangerous. But this Knicks team is so dominant, the games are not close.
Yeah,
The games are just
absolutely.
not close.
Absolutely. I just want
Yeah.
them to look forward to Saturday, and the main thing is just consistency with this team. I know that Toronto was absent of a couple players. What was it? Quickly and Barrett
Yeah. Quickly and
and
RJ.
RJ, and obviously they're big for that team for the Toronto Raptors. But I feel like the Knicks are still missing a gear. We still haven't seen the best version of this Knicks team, and I just hope they just progress from this. And they got a big matchup for Saturday, so. Um, that's going to be very interesting on a neutral court in Vegas. So I'm looking forward
Mm.
to it, and I want to see the Knicks definitely come on top and win this thing. I think they're on that mission. Obviously, watching the past 2 years, the loss to Milwaukee and to Atlanta in the quarterfinals, I think this was a wake-up call because I remember that day when
Hmm.
what was his name, Mr. Trey Young rolling the dice on the garden floor. I remember that hurt,
Oh
man. I
man.
was like, oh.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, so this was definitely a good victory, and I think they're all aboard. They just got to put it together, man, and get this chip here for the NBA Cup. So they're definitely on the right path of doing so. But it was good to see that the Knicks had 6 players in double figures. What else here? They shot well from the field goal percentage, well from the threes. The free throws was just pretty much a struggle because of Mitchell Robinson with his missed free throws. But aside from that, everything else went well. So
Right.
um, last thing I wanted to state, the referees are
Okay.
horrible with the calling of these games,
Ah.
man. They're horrible. I see all the slapping, the grabbing, and God forbid the Knicks, especially Karl Anthony Towns, makes an attempt to reach or whatever. I mean, he's almost got to play super honest defense. Any reach, any type of thing, it's foul, 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 foul. And
Right.
I hope the fans are watching and seeing the bad calls against the Knicks. They're not getting not too many calls at all. But I just
Right.
felt like talent-wise, they were able to overpower the Toronto Raptors and get this victory. So I'm happy with that. So next
Nice.
stop, semifinals. So let's go Knicks, man.
Let's go Knicks, man. Salute to you, Mike. I see you tomorrow, man.
All right,
All
brother.
right.
You got it, bro. Take
All
care.
right. Salute. So that's my man, 5-star Knicks, Mellow Mike, calling up. I appreciate him. Has some interesting things to say. Let me get the next caller on the line. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. All right.
Hello?
Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
It's Ice Water from Brooklyn. What's
Let's
going
go.
on?
Salute, man. So how you feeling right now? Big win tonight.
Yeah, it was a good win. It was a good win. I understand that they were missing a couple of players. I understand they're missing RJ and Quickly. But that doesn't mean that they would have had an impact on the game. I mean, the Knicks were missing Deuce McBride, so still a good win. Very impressed, especially on the road, especially in Toronto. So um, still want Giannis. That hasn't changed. Still
Right.
want Giannis.
Right.
But no, it was a good one.
Nah, that's fire. Fire when yeah, we take it. Look, the injury excuse, we don't go with excuses because no one ever gives us a pass. So I will never give no team a pass on injuries. It is what it is. Tough cookie. If you're not prepared,
Hello?
if you're not 100%, that's on you. I take the win. Still counts. I don't want to hear, oh, well, they didn't have this. Nah, no, dog. It is what it
Hello?
is. Yeah, huh? Can you hear me? Oh, he can't hear me. Hold on. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Technical difficulties, but we're going to get it right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Be getting back on the line. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Let me see if he. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. I
Okay.
got
Yeah,
you.
no, that was me. The system was bugging out. But
Oh, yeah.
no, I basically was just saying, there's never no excuses, because nobody gives us a pass. So I'm not going to give nobody else a pass for having injuries.
Right. You still got to play, And like I said, I was really impressed. I was impressed. And so was Karl Anthony Towns. To me, this is one of the best games I've seen him play, um, especially defensively. So, you know,
Yeah, I
it was
agree.
a good win. Very impressed.
I definitely agree. This was a really good game for Towns defensively.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear
Oh,
me? I
okay.
said this is
Gotcha.
this is a really
Yeah.
good game from Towns defense. Yeah, my fault. The system keeps changing my input. I don't know why it's doing that, but I got my eye on it. Now I was just saying I agree. I think this was one of his best games defensively as well. He was getting blocks, definitely holding down the paint, preventing drivers from getting in there. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. No. It was a very impressive win. But like I said earlier, I still want Giannis.
Right. Yeah, that's not changing. That's not changing.
That ain't changed.
Hell no.
That has not changed. Still,
Yep.
but it was a good win. So let's see what happens with
Definitely.
Orlando. How do you think that goes with Orlando on Saturday?
I love the Orlando matchup. I feel like they're tailor made for us. They still have trouble in the half court until tonight. I saw the game tonight. They figured out that they could run pick and roll against Miami. Them undersized guards for Miami definitely was a bad idea because Bane was cooking Mitchell. I mean, they try to make this kid Davion Mitchell like he's Marcus Smart. He's only 6 feet. Okay, let's not. You know what I mean? They try to soup dude up. Yeah, they try to soup dude up like he's this superstar defender. I'm like, dude, he's only 6 foot. Bane is a football player. He's going downhill, right? He ain't got enough size to keep Bane out of the lane. And then when they started doubling Bane, that's when he got those other guys some open shots like Suggs in the corner. Suggs was on the money tonight from 3. I think the style is tailor-made for us. If they would have had Franz Wagner, I would be a little concerned. But no Franz, I think it's going to be tough because the difference between us and Miami, we got size on the wing stop. You know, we're going to put Bridges on Bane. We're going to mix it up. OG going to get him. It's going to be a diverse attack or a group of defenders guarding him. And besides that, it's like Paolo, even though Paolo can get it going, he was being triple teamed tonight, and he was more like a decoy tonight. And you know, the Knicks can do a lot of those same things defensively, but I think the big difference is just our offense is just more dynamic than what Miami brought to the table tonight. You know, Powell didn't even touch the ball for like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so I think our style is tailor-made.
I don't think the Knicks need to double or triple team Paolo either. I mean, you know, I think they can play him straight up. They have enough.
Yeah.
They have enough on the defensive end where they can play him straight up. And they already know what Orlando's MO is. They're going to play physical.
Right.
You know, they're going to try to beat them up. You know, they already know that. So, you know, just get ready for that and play through it. And you know, they should be able to go to the finals. I really think, especially on a neutral court. If it was in Orlando, I'd be a little bit more nervous.
Right.
But on a neutral court, I think we got that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree. That's another good point because Orlando, for some reason, they like when they're home, it's like they're Thanos Infinity Stones. You know, they play a lot better at home usually. And so it's good that it is on the neutral court. And to all the Knicks fans that's going to be there, salute to y'all. I know it might feel like an MSG game because I already know some people that said they had it out there.
Yeah. It's going to be good. Yeah, can't wait. But thanks a lot for the call, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Salute, man. I appreciate the call, man. I look forward to your future calls.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Salute. All right. That was Ice Water. Salute to him for calling up. I do appreciate him. Sorry throughout the technical difficulties, man. Sometimes the system fails me, but, you know, we always work through it. You know, keep the calls coming. Make sure I didn't miss no calls. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. Curious to hear your opinions on this game. I was a little concerned in the cross matches between Mitch and Sandro. You know, the dude that torched us when he was with the Spurs, because his job is to stretch the floor and then take Mitch away from the basket. And Porter on Towns, I felt like Porter was more of a bulldog on the glass. So I'd rather have him matched up with Mitch. So I remember in the first half when Mitch first came in the game, the coach for Toronto, can't remember his name, he brought in Sandro. And I thought that was a smart adjustment to try to keep Mitch outside on the defensive end, stretch out the floor. And then they even ran a hacker Mitch, which was semi-effective because Mitch went 1 for 4 from the line. And to all my Mitchell Robinson people, tonight it is an example of why you can't use Mitch at certain times in the game. And it is what it is. We love Mitch. I think that, he had a decent night tonight. But the hacker Mitch is something that I think will cut into his minutes. He went from 25 minutes to 16 minutes tonight. And I honestly felt like he could have played more time, even though, Towns only had 31 minutes. I don't think we've seen the double big lineup tonight. No, we definitely didn't. And they completely gone away from the double big lineup. But, yeah, I think Mitchell Robinson, he's going to have I don't know what he could do because it's already year, whatever it is, 8, 9 for him. And for him to develop his free throw shooting now, it's going to be very difficult. But I did notice that. Then also another thing, the Toronto coach is a really good coach because he then put Barnes on Towns because I'm like, yo, we got to run pick and roll. But if you run in pick and roll with Barnes on Towns, now Barnes switches on to the ball handler. So early in the game, that's probably, well, we don't see enough Towns versus pick and roll anyway. But that's part of the reason why it didn't make sense to run screen and roll early in the game when Barnes was on the floor. But anytime Portal is the center, is the guy that's guarding the screener, you got to run pick and roll. And that's what they did. That was an adjustment they actually did in the third quarter, especially. I mean, they did it early in the game too, but in the third quarter, they really exploited the Hart-Brunson pick and roll to get Portal on Brunson. And Hart, he was playing like he was the big man rolling to the basket. So definitely a lot of good chess move stuff in this game. And, I'm happy that it went our way. But it could have easily not have gone our way. So, yeah, but the Toronto Raptors coach is a solid coach. I mean, he did some things like the cross match. I peeked that. Second quarter, I love how Bridges took on the Brandon Ingram challenge, because Brandon Ingram was cooking us in the first quarter. Like I knew he would. I wish I could play the voice note, and I purposely did this. I left a voice note in the Discord server saying, listen, this is how the game is going to go. Brandon Ingram, you're not going to stop him. He's going to cook. It's okay. The key thing is shutting Portal down because Portal does a lot for this team, especially on the inside, setting screens and rebounding. So if we could shut Portal down and just shut off the water of everyone else, Ingram could do what he has to do. It is what it is. We can win this game. And also we had to protect the ball, which is something that we didn't do in the first quarter. We wound up finishing the game with 13 turnovers. So, we did a good job later on because the first quarter we had 6 turnovers, right? And then so we finished the game with 7 turnovers. You got to take that any day of the week. And protecting the ball is a major key. Dominating the glass was another major key. DRMD, dominating the rebounding matchup differential. I'm going to give you the updated record on that. So now every time we dominate the glass, our record is 13-3, 17-0, going into the fourth quarter with the lead. Man, all this stuff is important. Anytime we get under 13.5 turnovers, we're now 10-4. So protecting the ball is a major key for us. But on the flip side, turnovers is how Toronto gets their action, especially without Quickly and RJ. But even with Quickly and RJ, Toronto, they're the number one fast break team in basketball, and they thrive on turning you over and getting in transition. That's what they want to do. That's how they eat. They're very finicky in the half court because they don't have too many shot makers like Ingram. Now when Quickly and RJ's there, it's a little bit more fair. It's a little bit more balanced, but they're not there. So, Toronto, they're going to struggle. I'm curious to see if IQ will be back for the Miami game. They could win the Miami game if IQ's there, at least. I know RJ won't be there, but that Miami game is going to be interesting. Miami Heat, to me, honestly, they could really be a dangerous team. But the problem with Miami is that they don't really go to their strengths as often as they should. For example, like first off, they put Bam Adebayo at the center spot because Hero's back. And then they play Hero with Davion Mitchell. And I'm like, dude, you're going to get cooked. That's food right there. Listen, you could think Davion Mitchell is this superstar guard. He going to guard it. Dude, when you're going up against guards with size, like a Desmond Bane, he's the wrong guy to put a smaller defender on. You got to put a bigger defender on him because he can easily just go downhill. Now, he is a threat to shoot the ball, too, off the dribble as well. But anytime you're taking 20-something feet out shots, and like I said, Yuri quoted me this earlier. He said the Miami Heat play doofy basketball. And, because that's the thing that's a phrase I coined, doofy basketball. When you got a whole bunch of dudes 6'10", and all they want to do is shoot threes, especially when they're matched up with a Deuce McBride. There was multiple plays in that Orlando game where they had the mismatch and they opted to shoot on the outside, but it didn't make sense. And Orlando did the same thing too. Like Orlando don't post up their big guys enough. So I see the flaws in all of these teams, right? And because I watch them all, and I really do believe in our guys. I really do believe in our guys. This technically was a bounce back game for Jordan Clarkson. I didn't even realize that he didn't score last game, and that was the first time that happened in his career where he didn't get a bucket in the game. So this kind of was a redemption for him. 26 minutes, 12 points. He kind of was slotted in that Deuce McBride role. He played significant minutes in the first quarter and in the fourth quarter. And so I thought that, I should say the third quarter. But nonetheless, because he normally doesn't play first quarter, third quarter. He usually comes in for Brunson. But today he got the Deuce McBride slot. I thought that his defense wasn't that good at all. But he did get some good buckets. My thing with Jordan Clarkson is his decision sometimes when he decides that he doesn't want to pass the ball. I think sometimes, you should consider passing the ball, especially when guys are open. Like, he passed up a lot of guys. He did hit a couple of buckets in doing that. So, that's his game, right? He's one of the good bad shot shooters. He likes to go downhill. He also has tunnel vision at times. But, Mike Brown had to take him out of the game early in the fourth quarter because, he made some, bad decisions, so to speak, which led to, Toronto getting some buckets. And then Tyler Kolek had to come in the game a minute into the fourth quarter. Like, one of the plays, he had a lob for Towns, but he decided to shoot the ball, miss, or I think he turned the ball over. Nonetheless, it led to a Toronto Raptors bucket in transition, and Toronto cut into the lead, and this was early in the fourth quarter. So, sometimes Clarkson gets caught up in just doing him because he is a natural-born scorer, but he just has to be mindful that, you're playing with probably the best offense in basketball. So yes, your job is to get buckets, because tonight his 12 points, he had 12 of the 19 points that the bench put up this game. So he was the major contributor factor tonight without Deuce. But at the same time, you are playing with other guys that can knock down shots. Now, Tyler Kolek got the 8 minutes. Yabu got 7 minutes. Oh, boy. Yabu, I don't know if this brother will get time, man. It's just, I feel like the writing is on the wall for Yabu, unfortunately. And I still think that once December 15th hits, not that he necessarily will be traded on that day, but I wouldn't be surprised, because he can't crack this rotation. Like, this was a good opportunity, I feel, for him to get more minutes with Deuce not being there. But he still only managed to get 7 minutes. He did get 2 rebounds, but no points. So I don't know. I don't think that helps his claim, right? Now, Knicks getting to the free throw line was pretty good, but a lot of it was Hacker Mitch. 8 of the 20 free throws came from Mitchell Robinson. He went 2 of 8 from the line, 61%. The funny part about the free throw line is it's not that much of an advantage for the Knicks. When they do get a bunch of free throws and make a bunch of free throws, Anytime they eclipse the 21.7 free throw attempts a game, the Knicks, they are 10-5. And when they don't, they're 7-2. So it's like, there's no real advantage either way. Of course, you want to get to the free throw line. I think the stat that matters more for the Knicks than just the free throw line, and this is why they can overcome 61% from the line. I feel like we have such a complete offense, but the reason why we can do it is because anytime we dominate the paint scoring, I think is more important than free throws for us, because and we didn't dominate the paint tonight, but it was very close. The Toronto Raptors had 44, we had 42. We were right there with them. But usually when we eclipse the opponent, we are 12-1, and we don't. We are 4-6. So us not hitting our free throws, luckily tonight it didn't come back to bite us. But usually getting to the line doesn't necessarily guarantee a win. It just guarantees us points, which is always good. More points, more better. The more points, the better. Let me see. I think my chat. Let me try to pop out the chat. But definitely continue to smash that like button as you enter the show. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. I want to salute all the channel members in the building. I see all of you guys. I do appreciate all you guys and your support. This is the post-game call-up show, 646-995-8389. Knicks beat the Toronto Raptors to advance to Vegas for the first time. And are we the only team, and I didn't look this up, but I'm curious to know if you guys know, are we the only team to make it to the knockout round 3 years? Because I don't think the Lakers made it last year. I know they won the first year. I don't think the Lakers made it last year. Miami, I don't think Miami made it last year. Orlando made it. I think Orlando might have made it too, all 3 years. Now that I think about it. I think Orlando made it all 3 years. I'm not 100 on that. But that's an interesting stat. I know the Lakers won the first time, didn't make it last year. Bucks didn't make it this year. Bucks made it 2 years in a row. They won it last year. Indiana didn't. They went to the finals the first year, or I think Indiana went the first year. They didn't make it this year. OKC. I'm not sure if OKC made it the first year. But interesting stuff. I gotta look into that. But yeah, we always make it to the knockout round, but this is our first time persevering through it. Let me just double check something here. But definitely continue to smash that like button. But keep the calls coming, 646-995-8347. Let me just make sure this works. Continue smashing that like button. Okay, yeah, we good. Okay. Let me see if it. Oh, by the way, Josh Hart. Whoa. Josh Hart playing phenomenal. Josh Hart playing phenomenal as a starter. And last year's lineup is looking really good. A lot of people felt like Josh Hart should lose his spot. I never understood why. He's a really good. I got the stat on his starting. So Josh Hart as a starter, he's averaging 16, 10, and 6. It's pretty good stuff, man. This guy, he's falling on the floor, barely hurting himself. still completing the games. Incredible. Let me see if I could give you the stat on the wins. So Josh Hart started 9 games, and as a starter, the Knicks are 9-1 with Josh Hart starting. 9-1 with Josh Hart starting. I got to give a big time salute to Josh Hart, yo. He has brought success to the team. Salute to him. And matter of fact, I might need research mode. I'll put it up on the screen. But yeah, this is what I'm looking. I was looking at his game logs, but he's been playing phenomenal basketball across the ball. His shooting has improved. He's now at 38% from 3. So to all my people that said Josh Hart couldn't hit the 3 ball, guess again. Salute to Savage IQ, great win. Wait, hold on. Great win. What? This whack team not going nowhere. You play bums. The Hornets, a hurt Orlando team, almost lost to the Mavs. Straight trash. Play a real team. What? I like the energy though. We had luck that RJ and Quickly were out. So you trying to say that we didn't beat them with IQ? We didn't beat Toronto already? Is this the first time we played Toronto? Do you remember that game? Do you remember the first time we beat Toronto? Hopefully you remember that. And by the way, call up. 646-995-8389. You see, I like when people use the injury excuse. Yeah, I don't give OKC that same pass. Yeah, I don't give Detroit that same pass. You think OKC just beat a whole bunch of great teams in their win streak? Everybody plays soft touches. Last time I checked, we're 4-6 against teams with above 500 record. Let me do the stat check on that. What are we talking about? Like seriously, like what are we talking about? Right? Oh no, I got that wrong. Last time I checked, which is right now, we are 6-7 against 500 and above teams. That means we played 13 good teams. Injuries is no excuse. Dude, do you understand how injured we've been? What are we talking about? You said the previous game against who was very close? We smacked Toronto. We beat Toronto 116-94. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hold on, I do got a caller. Can you hear me? Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from? Can you hear me?
I'm enjoying Knicks Nation very much, and I wanted to
Nice.
check
Okay.
in.
Salute. How's it going? What's your name, good sir?
My name is Jay Hammer.
Jay. Okay. Salute to you. How you feeling about this win tonight, brother?
I think it was a classy to win. Given
okay.
that, yeah, I was expecting us to win. We're on we're starting to click.
Right.
And we're a solid team. We're just as good as anyone in the East. The person with that comment that we have a weak team, he's comparing us to. But
Can you hear me?
East,
Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. You for some reason the call is breaking up. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm not sure if that's you or if that's just my system.
My phone dropped a few times.
Oh, okay. Your phone's dropping. Okay. Yeah. If you could say the last part again, that'll help. What you just said. Yeah, I think his phone going in and out. I don't think that's my system. All right, brother. Try to call back because the sound is in and out. I'm trying to see if that's my system or if that's just the way it is. Hold on, let me just try to see if I could nah, I mean everything looks good on my end. Hold on, let me try to X this out and bring it back. I'm gonna try to reset the phone lines. Hopefully, usually when I reset it, that works. But I was curious to hear what the brother had to say. He seemed like he was really excited. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. Let me just double check something. Hold on, I know what I gotta do. Nope, not that. Pow. Yeah, but to the brother in the chat that's talking that talk just now, like, bro, you gotta knock that off. Gotta knock that off. Hold on, let me just in process this, cause the line is acting crazy. Cause not even just that, like his line was his reception was bad, but like the other callers I couldn't really hear too clearly. So I gotta reset this to get it right. And then I'm gonna call the brother back that just called up. But yeah, keep the calls coming. If I miss your call, I will call you back. 5-minute rule in effect. We've been actually following the 5-minute rule, getting them in, getting them out. Oh, he said he think it was you. Yeah, this time it definitely was your phone. I'm gonna call you back in 2 seconds to get you back on. And to the other callers that called up, I just had to restart this joint. Let me make sure the settings is correct. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna try you one more time. Let's see if this works, and then we'll keep the show moving. Hello?
Hello, Shalom.
Hey, okay, yeah.
You're
Okay,
from
I can hear you.
Nation. Okay, cool.
I can let's go. So yeah, you were saying before you got cut out. I think we might get cut out again. I think we might have got cut out again,
Just,
brother.
scoring everything from three, they can give any team a problem. So I'm not happy with that person getting upset that New York doesn't really beat any good teams, because every
Yeah.
team is good. They're not great, and there are certain teams you expect to beat, but they have a very solid lineup. Chemistry is clicking, and just hope we stay healthy and win a bunch of games.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
overseas, so I don't want to.
Okay. All right, brother. We'll get you in here next time. Yeah, the phone dropped again. He's overseas. I got you, sir. Great call. I got part of the call. We got part of your call in. I get what you're saying. As far as the guy who's complaining, who's saying the wins is this, that, and the third, I hope you say the same thing about other teams, man. But the funny part about it, what he's saying is every team is hurt. Like there's no healthy team. There's no one team that got everybody, right? Everybody has injuries at this point, bro. So if you're playing against somebody, they're going to be missing somebody. That's just the way the league is right now. Everybody got injuries. Miami, I think, might be the only team right now that don't got an injury, but it don't matter because at any given point in time, somebody could go down. But every team in the East got injuries, bro. Detroit had injuries. We had injuries. So, oh yeah, you beat us. You beat somebody. And they don't got their guys. Nobody got their guys. You can say that about anybody. So why are we talking about that? Stop. You know, and if you got the heart to call up 646-995-8389, I'll let you talk. I want to talk about the game, and I want to talk about these easy wins. First off, we beat a team that was 8-5 at home. You know, they were a solid home team. They were 500 and above team. So, like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I do got another caller. Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
This is Yuri. Got a little trolley phone calls calling today, huh?
Nah, that guy wasn't the troll. The last guy that called wasn't a troll. I
Okay.
don't think he was a troll, but his reception was bad. He was going in and out.
Okay, I just want to make sure. But to any troll call that wants to answer this call, you don't want to smoke tonight. We beat you. We dominated you. Your
Mm-hmm.
boy Brandon Ingram was getting buckets, but he didn't even play team basketball. All dribble, 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 dribble.
Yeah, he was the only one.
Only one that came to play tonight. Your boy,
Facts.
my boy Cat posted 2 Toronto Raptors. I think that quad is a little healed up, don't you think?
Yeah. I didn't even talk about that monster dunk. Yeah, 100%. It looked
But
good to me.
Let's break down this game quarter by quarter. First quarter, it was all offensive. No team was playing defense. It was band for band. JB and Brandon Ingram, both the number 1 options, were going at it. Right? Josh Hart was basically the silent killer in this game. Anytime the Knicks needed a shot when Toronto was trying to play physical, Josh Hart, every time at the buzzer, had a 3-point shot go in.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it was like a grenade assist going off. Salute to Jordan Clarkson, in that second half as well, for having a bounce back night tonight. We needed that from him, especially when we don't have Deuce, when we don't have Shamit. Find a way to find a win.
Yep. 100%. And then that second quarter too, Yuri. Second quarters have been a struggle recently for us.
But this was
usually,
a breath of fresh air.
Right. But this was a breath of fresh air. We were able to dominate, not just win the second quarter. I mean, the scoring discrepancy was 34-13.
And
so,
our first signature win.
Yes, technically yes. Yeah, this is the first signature win according to the 82 Nights Journal. Go get your copy right now. Scan the barcode top right corner. Yep, you're right.
Today, right?
Yeah, it's coming.
All right, I'm gonna keep a lookout for it.
It's coming. Oh yeah, it's on the move. So according to this, it definitely is the first one.
Oh, I do have. Is it marker related, or I can write in a pen or pencil, no matter what, just in case.
You said is what related?
Can I use a marker on it, or am I gonna have to use a pen or pencil in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a dumb question. Yeah, that's what it's designed for. It's designed for you to write in it. Yo, the pages are great quality. It feels so smooth in your hands. Man, it's nice.
I used to think, oh yeah, we're 1-3 without Deuce McBride in a lineup. So keep that in mind as well, Knicks fans. I thought missing Deuce was going to be a huge factor. Thankfully, bench production stepped up. They got the job done.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm looking at the stats right now for the Knicks, right, off of tonight's game. Because I'm a stat guy, Karan. You know me. I like to look at the stats. The bench tonight, Mitchell Robinson, 2 points. Jordan Clarkson, 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But Mike Brown basically did a 9-man rotation today.
Another coach. We're gonna move that forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we gonna move that. We not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. You can go there, but
fair enough. Yeah, no, he ran a 7, 8. Yeah, he ran a 9-man rotation today.
Okay. You say 9-man. I say 8 1/3. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, you want to be that way? Come on now.
I don't. I'm not. It's a 9-man. It's a 9-man. It's all good.
No, but seriously, shout out to Mike Brown. I love the adjustments he made after the first quarter. I think him putting OG on Brandon Ingram and switching that up with Mikal worked wonders throughout the game.
Yeah, I love it. I love I loved everything about this game because there was a lot of chess matches, games within the games going on, little cross matches, things that both coaches I felt did a great job. I felt like Toronto, they wanted Sandro to be out there.
We win the rebounding battle by? That's what I want to know. Oh, we won by the rebounding battle. We were +12 on the glass.
+12 on the glass. That's major. Yeah. Yep.
We beat them in offensive rebounds. We beat them in defensive rebounds. The Raptors got more assists, but here was the deciding factor. The Raptors turned the ball over.
Yep.
Multiple times.
Yep. And they need this. They need to get assists, Yuri, because their half court offense is limited. They don't got their starting point
They didn't
guard.
have IQ, and they didn't have a few other people as well.
Yeah. RJ does a lot for them. So there's a lot of things they do on offense that these other guys, Shed is all right. I like Shed. He's all right. He's just undersized, to use what they say about Brunson. Yeah, he's just undersized. And Abagi, he plays hard. But
they're young, they're athletic, man.
Yeah, they're young, athletic, but they're not,
And come on, I'm not hearing all the haters anymore about the young athletic teams anymore. Oh, the young athletic teams give the Knicks problems, yada yada yada.
Yeah, that was it.
I don't hear that talk no more.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we broke the mold tonight in terms of the sub 500 team road thing. I'm gonna get the exact stat on that. So tonight, we prior to this game, we were 0-6 against 500 and above teams. So for the first time this season, we got a win against a 500 and above team on the road. So that's major.
And Mike Brown has led the Knicks to their best start. They're 17-7. They're dominating at home. They're 4-6 away, but I expect that record to get cleaned up away. I hope that this leads to the Knicks winning more on the road now, especially when we're in Vegas.
Is that a road? I gotta see if that road if the Vegas game is a road.
When you're away from home, no. That should count as a road win, no.
So it's a road game for both teams.
It should be. I mean, you're in Vegas. You're not in Orlando, and you're not in New York.
Right.
And I don't know this NBA Cup. Let me tell you something right now. I don't know this NBA Cup. Now,
yeah,
I know
I gotta. I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll find it out.
I'm looking at the Knicks schedule, right? We're playing Indiana next Thursday. I know how you feel about Indy, right? Especially since it's 18.
It's going to be a tough game. Trust me.
That's going to be a tough game. I don't want to hear, it's going to be easy. That game's going to be tough for the Knicks.
Yeah. I think we're going to win it, but I think it's going to be tough.
And I'm going to tell you why. Throw the records out the window.
Yeah.
That's the game you throw the records out the window.
Yeah.
Throw Indiana's record out the window. Throw the Knicks record out the window, especially. That's a trap game all over it.
Yeah, they come into play.
That's a trap game.
They come into play. And Jay Huff is not that bad either, by the way.
Right.
I know I said, yo, who is that? Do you know who that is? I know I was joking on him like that, but he's actually pretty solid.
I've watched a few of their games, I will say. I am going to say it. Tyrese is deeply missed in that team. That's no joke.
Yeah, Tyree, Turner.
They're definitely missing some stuff. That's not a joke. They're missing.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley, it has to count as a home game for one of the teams. But if that's the case, let me look at the scheduling now for the NBA Cup, actually.
That's what I was see Charles he was hitting what I was thinking. I'm like, usually it's home road, even if you're not home, but somebody gets the home,
If
notch.
I had to guess who gets it, I think it's going to be Orlando.
BS10258 pause that. His comment is a big time pause.
Pause.
But
pause, please pause.
Yeah, we got to pause that. But yeah, that guy didn't show up. Not that I was worried about him, I can't say I can't say I was worried about Grady. Yeah. Yeah, I can't say I was worried about the brother.
Whoever gave him his last name needs to be crucified on a cross, I swear to God.
I don't know.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, no, but if you look at the Knicks' schedule for Wednesday, they get a week off, right? They're getting that week off, that's for sure. After this week, whatever happens in the NBA Cup, right?
Yeah. So, if we lose, then we just chill. An extra day. But if we win, we go to that championship, man. I want the championship. I think with New York City, we could use the championship, even though it's not an NBA championship. But hey, on the path to the real championship, I take the baby championship.
It's true. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I take the baby championship. Give me that. And hopefully, we see OKC in the championship. I want to see that. I want to get
it one bit.
I wouldn't mind it one bit. Us against Oklahoma City for all the marbles. I think us and Oklahoma City right now playing the two best basketball, and I just would love to see that matchup. Right now.
I would too. You know what's the game I got circled on my calendar?
What's that?
I got the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks circled, bro. Straight up.
That's January, right?
That's January. I got that circled on my calendar. I'm not BSing with you when I tell you that.
I think we're going past Detroit.
I think so too. That wouldn't surprise me if we did.
Yeah, I think we're going past them. I just think that we're too dominant at home, and we're too dominant against sub 500 teams, and we're right there. Like, I mean, when you look at they're only 2 games ahead of us. So
that wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't. And if you're the Knicks, they came out gritty tonight, man. That was a gritty
Facts.
win too.
But look at the differential, man. Look how dominant we are.
The differential is probably the most important stat line because it's going to determine how the playoffs is.
Yeah. Look at the dominance.
Karan, I never valued a stat like differential because I'm going to be honest, when I saw differential, I'm like, why is differential important? Isn't that bullcrap?
Right? No, it's not. It shows who is dominant and who is not. It separates the boys from the men. Only the Los Angeles Lakers could stay at the top with like a 2+2 differential, right? The Lakers are in a lot of dog fights. They're just lucky, man. They get a lot of lucky wins. Like,
don't be surprised if they get exposed in the playoffs. Don't be surprised if they get exposed in the playoffs.
I think they definitely will get exposed in the playoffs the same way they got exposed last year. I think they definitely will get exposed in the playoffs.
Well, West isn't even
no defense. Well, they got Marcus Smart. They got guys who can play defense. Yeah, they got guys who could play, but in that starting lineup, it's just too much. It's just like Austin Reeves is your go-to dude. Salute to Austin Reeves, by the way. He is on my fantasy team.
One thing, though. If Cat can just unlock that defensive game just a little bit, man. I'm not asking for a lot. Just give servable defense. After the 2 fouls, he got his butt behind on defense.
Right.
If Cat can just give a serviceable defense every night, I'm not asking you to basically be a rim protector. I'm asking you to just give serviceable defense.
Yeah, I thought his defense was definitely good tonight. He did a good job protecting the paint. 2 good blocks. The rebounds, though, I mean,
you can't ask any more than that. You can't.
Like I was telling J-Tap, because we was debating about the rebounds, because he said that Mitch is a force on offense. And I said, well, Towns is a force on defense.
That's another thing.
He's one of the best.
Trevor, yeah. I know you're listening on this phone call. If I got to see Mitch make one more stupid free throw line drive, I'm going to smack my TV out the window. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's going to continue. That's not going to change.
Now I understand why Mike Brown doesn't put Mitch in. I understand why now. I used to be like, why aren't you putting Mitch in? Just for the defensive stuff. If they're going to be doing hack of Mitch.
Yeah, if he's in the play, they're going to foul him. So if he gets the rebound, they're going to foul him. If he's about to set the screen, they're going to foul him. If he catches the ball, they're going to foul him. Straight like that.
I will say, though, I liked Mike Brown's timeout management. I think the timeout management is huge for us. I really do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great timeouts.
Great timeouts. I feel like that's an underrated part of Mike Brown's coaching. Because when Toronto was making that run, they cut the lead down to 12. Mike Brown called it, calmed the guys down. It's like, yo, you can't be turning the ball over.
Right.
They're just going you in transitions. Take care of the ball better. We're going to win this game. And look what happened. Knicks took care of the ball better.
The adjustments. That's what that is. The adjustments that he makes is just incredible. Yeah. I agree with that.
I've been harping about on Mike Brown since he became the coach of the Knicks, man. I have to tell you, man. I know it's the regular season. I gotta see how he does in the playoffs, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see that
when the situation really is ramped up.
Nah, 100%. Yeah, we definitely gonna see what what was going to happen. But the way the East is set up right now, I don't think none of these teams. Because I just see I was so confident coming into this game because I knew Toronto. I made some money. I put some money on the Knicks, by the way, tonight. But I knew the Knicks were going to win because Toronto without Quickly, even with Quickly, the half court is a problem for them because they just become so reliant on Brandon. Because realistically, you can't guard Brandon. Like there's no defense for Brandon. Like I saw him cook the Celtics, right? And the Celtics was, how they do. They run that zone. They have Brown. I mean, everybody guarding him. He still was getting his buckets. And, he's somebody you just got to live with. It's the other guys that's going to give you a problem. Like Portal, right? Like RJ too. RJ, he's another guy that run pick and roll with Portal. But tonight you didn't really get to see Portal do much because Shed, talented, but that's just too much to ask.
And we got a view of how to pick and roll with Towns and JB looks like as well.
Yeah, we did. I'm
hoping that they run it a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's an underrated aspect of their game.
Right. But did you peep the second one they ran? The second pick and roll, they wasn't supposed to run that because Barnes was there. And if Barnes switches on the Brunson,
I wanted to ask you about that.
Right. He's a good defender, right? So usually you don't want to run the pick and roll into a good defender. You want to. What they did was they picked on Portal and Hart. That was another Mike Brown adjustment. Hart was setting pick and roll. That was the same thing I asked for last year. We saw it last year when Cornette was playing guarding Josh Hart or Horford was guarding. Man, put that Hart in that Hart set that pick and roll, right? And that's what we saw tonight. If you're gonna put a power forward on Towns, I think I wish Towns could be more aggressive against those guys. I really wish he could.
I will tell you though, if you want to talk about killer instinct, you saw it from the Knicks tonight. That's for sure. They did not let up, man. Toronto was going to run for their money. They didn't sag off. They didn't. Mike Brown told them, keep their foot on their necks. Keep their foot on their necks.
Keep their foot on the necks. Like Yuri. Like once the Knicks get a big lead, right?
What did we saw last year?
Mm-hmm. It's hard. Right, but it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat us, Yuri, because look in the third quarter, they scored 27, but we scored 25. In the fourth quarter, right, we scored 23, they scored 22. So all we have to do from there, if we just match your buckets going forward, we win the game.
And you can tell. I know I bring up Game 1 Pacer series a lot. You can tell that this team has learned a lot from that Game 1 from last year.
Yeah.
They felt embarrassed that they blew that game. They felt like they even talked about it in their press conferences every time. They're really trying to not have what happened last year become a trend. And that's all I asked for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Mike Brown's doing a hell of a job, man. Hell of a job.
There are days where I do miss Tom Thibodeau. I'm not going to hold you. But there are days when I miss Tibbs. Tibbs was the guy, man. 5 years in, it's hard. Come on, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if we're winning, it's hard for me to adjust to that change. Still,
really,
it's hard for me. I felt like he could have still won us a chip. Part of me wanted to believe that, but again, going back to your video, Tibbs lost the locker room as time went on.
Right.
And that's all you got to say. That's all you got to hear. He lost the locker room.
Yeah. I think you got a point, Yuri, because I feel like, I think Tibbs could have won with this team. I'm going to keep it real. I think this team would be just as good, maybe even better with Coach Tibbs. Now, of course, it wouldn't work because he lost the locker room. I'm just saying, if he didn't lose the locker room, I think this team would be incredible. I mean, he did good things with this team last year, But we're incredible without him. So that's all I care about. We're still, we still.
That offense, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was watching the Spurs back in 2010 all over again. That ball movement. Oh my God.
Yeah. Everybody's a threat to score too.
Like every time I think of Tibbs, I'm like, yo, you know what? This offense is kind of peak. Yo, they're passing it from one way. They're passing it. They're passing it from the court. They're doing these passes that I thought was impossible.
Yuri, how do you guard the Knicks when you used to leave Josh Hart open, but now he's shooting 50-some% from three? How do you guard us at that point?
There was one thing I'm glad why Tibbs got fired. It was because of that lineup right there. Something changed in that Hart lineup and whatever that meeting that he had with Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And I can guarantee you, because I do have a guy I talk to, Mike Brown told Josh Hart this: I want you to shoot that mother every time you open. They sag off. Yes, this is an actual court. I want you to shoot that mother. I don't care if it goes in. I don't care if it doesn't go in. People are treating you like a liability. Actual quote from Mike Brown.
Yep.
Treating you like a liability. Make them pay.
Don't be a Mitchell Robinson out there.
Yeah, that's basically what he told Hart.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. My bad. Hold on, let me put that disclaimer up for myself. My bad. Hold on. I shouldn't have said don't be a Mitchell Robinson out there. People get mad at that.
But yeah, no, that was.
But I mean, go ahead.
They're making you a liability. Make them pay. You got the green light for me. Shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, I mean, he's shooting great.
It's not about if he knocks them down or not, Karan.
Gotta shoot it.
You gotta shoot it.
Yeah. Gotta shoot that joke. You can't be out there all scared. I'm just gonna pass the ball. You make yourself easy to defend. You gotta put them shots up, yo. He's averaging 16 points as a starter. Like, let that sink in.
No, that's not really a lot. It's a lot as a starter. For what he does every night, it's a lot.
And he's the last option.
True.
That's just how good our offense is. If our fifth option as a starter is averaging 16 points, how do you keep up with us, bro? What are the first four guys doing? If the fifth guy's giving you 16 points, I'm just saying, like you don't see that on too many teams. You look at the fifth starter, very few fifth starters is giving you double-digit points. I'm keeping it real. Usually that's like the sixth man off the bench. I'm talking about where you got all five starters giving you double digits and the fifth guy is giving you 16.
Like, you can't go wrong with that, Karan. You really can't. And the defense he's playing
I mean, it's
too. People were complaining. And people were complaining about Hart back then. I was one of them. I was like, yo, if he's becoming a cancer in the locker room, fucking trade him. I don't care if it hurts JP's feelings. I'm trying to win a chip.
Yeah. Nah, Josh Hart is that dude. Hold on. We got a super chat, though. Salute to my man Juan Rivera. He said Tiz would have not gotten this team with this kind of ball movement and playing 6 and 7.5 guys. Tiz was not gotten this out of a Hart or the bench. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna defend Tiz right now. I know y'all don't want to hear this.
Because I think I've asked him enough at this point tonight.
Nah, it's all good. Nah, it's cool. It's well warranted. I'm gonna say this. Coach Tibbs didn't have the bench that Mike Brown had to start the season.
That's true. There's one thing I agree with at that point right there.
Yeah, Tibbs would have loved Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson would have got 80 minutes. Now, Kolek probably wouldn't have got the time, right? For sure, Kolek wouldn't have got the time. But I see Deuce getting the time. It would have been Deuce, Clarkson. I don't know about Yabu because of the way he treated Precious.
Fascinated with Yabu. I don't think so.
I think that's a mystery. And then Mitchell Robinson. So those 8 guys would have played. Those 3 guys would have played time for sure under Coach Tibbs' system. I just don't know how much minutes, but
Mike Brown would have. Tibbs would have loved Jordan Clarkson.
Tibbs would have loved Jordan for 100%. 100. He likes scoring guards. That's just his thing. If you could score, he likes you. Period. If you could score as a guard, You're
He
a
likes
Tibbs
it.
kind of guy. Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
Tibbs
Yeah,
player.
you got to play defense. Not if you could score. If you can score, Tibbs is going to use you.
But
So,
one thing that does worry me
mhm.
about Clarkson, and I know he's not going to change. He's a veteran at this point. I worry about his defense in clutch situations. If there's one thing I worry about, it's that. That's just my one pet peeve about Clarkson.
Yeah, I agree. That's why he shouldn't play in clutch situations, to be honest.
If
But
it's 97-97 and you got the ball, fine, put him in. Do not care. Put him in. You need a bucket. Clarkson's a bucket getter, right?
yeah, but we got a lot of buckets on this team. Josh Hart is averaging 16 points a game. So I don't think we need Clarkson down the stretch. I'd rather see Kolek down the stretch. I'm gonna keep it real.
Kolek, I got
Because
my eyes on this year.
Kolek is gonna pass the ball and he can hit the 3-point shot. See, Clarkson's problem is the
problem that Kolek has, and this is going to be his next developmental process, because I talked about this with someone.
Mm-hmm.
The next step for Kolek is to figure out how to score going downhill. That's his next step. He's got.
You don't think he know how to score going downhill?
He has
Not
to
as
learn how to score through contact.
through contact. Okay.
I get it. He wants to be a fast post point guard, which he is.
Right.
But his archetype, you have to learn how to get points in the mid range.
I hear that. I hear that. That's a fair critique. Definitely a fair critique. But Clarkson, he just, that play where he could do an alley hoop to Towns and he decides to, shoot the shot or turned it over. I can't remember which one it was.
I don't remember the exact play too.
I felt like that was a detriment, and that's why he got taken out of the game in the first minute of the fourth quarter.
This week we're playing Orlando. Next we get a week break.
Can't wait.
We get a week break. Play Indiana. And I hate the NBA. We got a back-to-back with Philly. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get this Philly guy on the call-up show too.
Is it one at Philly?
Say that again.
Is it one at Philly?
I don't see it back to. I just see the Friday game.
Thursday game. Thursday.
Okay. You saying we got Indiana and then Philly? I got you. I get what you're saying.
Nick, I'm talking about him on the offensive game. That's what I'm talking about. I get what you said. You saying through contact.
Because guys are gonna body up against him.
And the way he faces pressure in a half-court setting, he's got to get more used to that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Kolek gets an extension as well.
Yeah, well, I think he's the only player in his draft whose third year is guaranteed. So
I'm gonna have a hot take,
guaranteed.
I think Kolek stays on the Knicks. Pacome gets traded. Mitch gets traded. That's what I think. That's what we.
I mean, anything. Listen, no one knows who's going to get traded. The only person that more than likely won't be traded is Jalen Brunson. I think if the right package came for anyone's expensible. Like for example, if Milwaukee came out and said, "Okay, we'll take Towns," you don't think Towns will be on the first plane tomorrow?
It's true.
If Milwaukee said, "Yeah, we'll take Towns. Let's get it done," he'll be up out of there. But I don't want to trade the big bodega.
Yeah,
I don't want to make it seem like I'm targeting people.
It feels like the Knicks are playing at a higher level because they know they're hearing the Giannis rumors. That's what I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like each game you win or lose, there's going to be talk about Giannis no matter what, right? And I get it. We have our discussions, you know what I mean? We have our disagreements about Giannis, but we can all agree on one thing. They're hearing the noise about Giannis. It's a game of freaking tea. They're hearing it.
Yeah. I don't think they care, though.
I don't think they care. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think they care. They hear it, though. They know it's there.
They know it's there. And I think with every game the Knicks win, this is my theory. I'm going to end it with this before I hop off. My theory is this. They're trying to prove to the league and to the front office, guys in the front office, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're trying to tell the league, like, yo, we hear you for Giannis. We don't want him. We're going to continue to ball out every game. And with that, I end my thought.
You
Let it
saying
go
that
on.
that's what the Knicks is saying? Wait, is it just the players saying it? Because I don't think Leon Rhodes is saying that. Are you saying it's the players that's...
I think it's the players. I never want to make a
Okay.
right on Nick Nack. Until Mitch signs that contract, I'm looking at that trade deadline. Period.
Yeah, well, Mitch is no guarantees on Mitch.
It's true. Anyway, so later, come on.
All right, man. Thank you, Yuri. I appreciate the call, man. Salute. That was Yuri, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel member. He doesn't want Giannis to come. I don't understand that, but that's his thing. I'm not knocking him. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Me personally, if the brother wants to come to New York, I'm getting him. You know, am I saying, okay, so like I said this on the show, the pod I did. Am I saying that we have to get him? Like, if we don't get him, we're doomed, then we won't win? It depends. We could win without him, but I think we'll be better off with him. So that's just how I see it, you know. And only way you could change my mind is if we got to win a championship. And so that's all my focus is. As a Knicks fan, my focus is on championship. That's it. I want the championship. I've never seen a championship in my life. This is why it's to the point where I'm like, at least give me the cup. Y'all better go get me a cup so I can say, hey, we are the cup champions. Come on, man. Get me that cup, yo. And then we're gonna still try to get that chip too. But y'all gotta get this cup. Y'all gotta get the cup. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. 100% like my man called up earlier. He said, I still want Giannis. Bro, we could win the championship this year. I still want Giannis, dude. Look, okay, when Houston won the championship in 94, did they still go out and get Clyde Drexler? Top 75 all time? They won the championship and they still got Clyde Drexler. So we could win the championship. I'm still going to be like, yo, Giannis, let's go. But I don't want to spend time talking about Giannis. This was a great win. I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, I'm keeping it real. If I could get the chance to get that guy, 100%. Let me see my man BS10 258 saying, the more Giannis to New York rumors come up, the more New York rivals will try to trade for him. It's on Giannis, man. He calls the shots. Because the key factor to the Giannis trade is he can sign the extension next year, 2026. I think October 2026, he could sign the extension. Will he do that for your team? That's just what it is. Tibbs wasted Kelly's time because when he brought them up from Westchester, yeah, you're right. I remember that. He didn't play him. Definitely, I feel like he hurt Kolek, Ari. More than Kolek, I feel like Pacome Dadier. Because if Pacome Dadier wasn't it, we could have discovered that last year under Tibbs, but he never played him. Giannis built property in New York. Is that true? You see how we can't do a show without talking about Giannis? I didn't want to go there, but I'm just responding. I'm not sure if that's true. Hold on, because I never checked it. I saw the meme. I saw somebody posted. Let me see if I could check it. Yeah, I never looked into my my news feed to see if it was really real. Because a lot of people put up stuff, and that don't mean that it's really real. Let's see. Heat will become great. Giannis Antetokounmpo fit. Man, Giannis could fit anywhere, dog. So I don't got it. Hold on. Let me check over here. Just because I don't got it here don't mean it's not true. But usually, anytime there's official news, I get it right to my phone. Like, there's never going to be official news or I'm not gonna say never. I'm gonna say very rarely does official news pop in, and I don't get it. Yo, that's crazy. What was that? Yo, I don't know what that was. Let me see. That's a fact. Whatever team Giannis gets traded to immediately becomes a threat to the Knicks. Facts. I love that. Yo, that honestly is the realest post of the night. Whatever team gets Giannis, it immediately becomes a threat to the Knicks. 100%. So that's another reason why you should get Giannis, to prevent him from going somewhere else. Like, for example, San Antonio. That might be a championship because they could honestly get Giannis possibly by, Fox will have to go because Fox got the salary. But there may be a world where they could keep Fox too. If they could keep Fox with Giannis and Wemby, dude, what do you have to stop that? Like, seriously, Giannis, Wemby, and Fox. He has a point. Mellow Mike says, I have a question for you, Karan. If Giannis wants to come to New York, it's a package deal where you get his brothers got to come, or do you think it's just Giannis alone? Listen, he could have all his brothers. How many brothers does Giannis got? If he got 8 brothers, I'm bringing all 8 of them. I'm telling you right now. The reason why is because Giannis is the X factor. I don't give a damn about his brother coming. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I bring his brothers. I bring his cousins, his sister, whoever. Does his sister want to be the first head coach? No, I'm joking. But all seriousness, yeah, hell yeah. It's just like if you trading for LeBron, you got to bring the son. Brooklyn has enough picks to trade for Giannis, but does he want to go there? And first off, the Nets is a franchise that drops the ball, dog. Like they are the most disappointing. You know what? I was gonna say the Clippers, but I think that the Brooklyn Nets are the most disappointing franchise in basketball. So I don't think he'll want to go there. They're like an omen, so to speak. We care if he goes out west. Why? Because you probably going to see them in the finals. Yeah. I think this will end by Miami getting Giannis. I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, my man Steve, Dallas Cowboys, I'm not sure what the Cowboys, you talking about some Dallas Cowboys. This is a New York show, but salute to you, Steve. I'm going to say this. Listen, man. If Miami gets Giannis, I will do the most in-depth, unfiltered thought you've ever seen. And the title will be Pat Riley is at it again. Just to give you the vibe of where I would go with that video. I would be crushed by that. Mellow Mike said the Brooklyn Nets ain't going nowhere. Yeah, that's a fact. Even with Giannis, they probably wouldn't go anywhere. Most disappointing franchise. Yo, you think Giannis is living in an apartment building? You're crazy. It's an investment. He would live in Jersey or the Hamptons or Westchester. Salute to Westchester County. They're not the Brooklyn Nets to me. They're still the New Jersey Nets. That's a fact. You know what, Steve? He said the Clippers. I want to say the Clippers too. I feel like the Clippers definitely are up there in terms of disappointing franchise. I think I might have even gave it to the Clippers over the Nets. But when you think about the Nets, it's like you just had so much opportunity since you've been to Brooklyn. Forget the New Jersey now. I'm talking about since they've been to Brooklyn. Look at all the players they got and they couldn't get over the hump. So for me, I just think it's the Nets. Like the Clippers, I mean, they did drop the ball. They had the 4 Hall of Famers. But usually 4 Hall of Famers don't win the championship unless like you're the Boston Celtics back in the 60s. Usually when you got 4 Hall of Famers on your team, 4 top 70. Wait, hold on. Harden's top 70. Yeah, Harden's top. No, Paul George is not top 75, I don't think. I don't think Paul George is top 75. I got to stat check that, but usually, if you got 4 top 75s on your team, you win the championship. To have 4 top 75s and you don't win, you don't even get to the finals. Yeah, dog, that's a big time disappointment. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm telling you, if Eric Spoelstra gets Giannis, I'm doing the craziest unfiltered thought. It's going to be the most in-depth detail, unfiltered thought. It'll be a big time defeat. New York defeated again by Pat Riley. The worst feeling in the world. Clippers are the reason OKC will be juggernauts. Facts. So that does play a role. They give OKC draft picks. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Sam Presti is a genius. Sam Presti is a genius, man. But yeah, I think we have to get Giannis, man. Like, Giannis is deeper than basketball, bro. It's not basketball. It's deeper than just Giannis. It's everything that comes with it. Like, for example, let's say you get Giannis this year. You could get bumped in the first round. And next year, you'll have 45 national TV games. Just off of the fact Giannis is there. Yep, Clippers are the reason why OKC would be a juggernaut. Facts. You can win the East Finals without Giannis, but you can't win the NBA Finals without Giannis. That's a great point. And it's not just Giannis, it's what Giannis is. He's an MVP first team. That's what you need to win, and we don't got that. You need that to win the championship. I already went through in 1958. You don't got a team that don't have that won the championship. So you want to come with a team that doesn't have that and think you're going to win the championship. You're trying to reinvent the wheel. That's not usually how history is made. So OKC dominance is the reason why I would trade for Giannis. Yo, let me tell you right now. Giannis is the only thing that could beat OKC in the finals right now. If you put Giannis on a team where he got the shooters like New York has and a player like Brunson who can close out games, like people say, oh, it didn't work with Dame Lillard, it won't work with Brunson. And I used to be on that train too, like, oh man, but this is Brunson 4.0. Don't you realize you got a different Jalen Brunson every year you've seen him? First year was the first year you seen him as the number one option. Second year is when you seen him have to implement more of a passing. Technically the second year is when he started getting a lot more buckets because, everybody got hurt. And then the third year, that's when you seen him implement, a little bit more passing. He got his assist up to 7 a game. I know his assist is down now, but I feel like Brunson 4.0 is somebody who sometimes to start a game, he don't take any shots. And they usually go through Towns. We didn't really see that tonight, but that's a wrinkle in his game. So we seen Brunson off the ball because Giannis is. I embrace it the fact that Giannis is a point center, point power forward, wherever the hell his position is, because he's a good passer. Gets guys involved. So Brunson, he can move off the ball, and Brunson can play off the ball. Brunson's getting a lot of catch and shoot opportunities. Not sure about Bill Bradley, but the Knicks had the Busher, Earl the Pearl. You put Perry, but I know you meant Earl the Pearl, Clyde, Willis. That could be 5 Hall of Famers in the 7-3 team. No, I changed it to top 75. Yeah, I changed it to if you got 4 top 75 players all playing together like what the Lakers had, yeah. Could be a cheat code, but usually you don't even have the money to put together a team like that. I think we could match up with OKC fully healthy. We'll find out this week without McBride. I like the confidence, Nick Shack. OKC is head and shoulder. Listen to me. OKC is head and shoulders above everyone else in the league. You have OKC, everyone else in the league. OKC, everyone else in the league. Too dominant. We've never seen a team this dominant. Not even the 96 Bulls was this dominant. I'm talking about just knowing how to win every night. Point differential 16. They already set the record for differential last year. Final call 646-995-8389. Call and voice your opinion. I'll do like a little lightning session. If you guys want to call on the way out, I will talk about this week inside the Knicks. Not this week inside. The 82 Nights, which is on this week inside the Knicks.com. You go here, check out the journal and stat tracker. A basketball fan's companion, 82 Nights. This journal is not just a journal, it's also equipped with an online resource called the 82 Nights Club, all right? And it's 260 pages, right? Great quality pages. Yuri was like, do I write in it? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, you write in it. Look at that. Bam. All right? 260 pages, 12 components, game notes, not just game notes. We got the season prediction, season reflection pages, top 10 games of the year. I mean, this is the best way to enhance your fan as a Knicks fan or whatever team you're on. You don't have to be a Knicks fan to buy this journal, by the way. This journal gives you the opportunity to enhance, okay, your Knicks fan experience because you'll be able to capture the moments. You also get access to the 82 Nights Club, which is an online resource, right, that pretty much gives you access to all of the stats. Basically, I will be journaling with you, telling you what to write in the journal. Each section in the journal has a how-to video explaining exactly how to get the most out of this. Go get your copy now. Now, if you are a channel member, you do get an additional 20% off. And I do got half off expedited shipping, so you can get this in 7 days, all right? All you got to go through is to thisweekinsidethenix.com, and you can order yours right now, and it'll be to you. Even before we're at the 10th, yeah, you can get it. You can definitely get it before Santa Claus comes and brings us our gifts, okay? And then also, I always talk about joining the channel. Definitely take the time to join the channel if you are a subscriber and you've been rocking with us for not a long time, but you've been rocking with us for a little while now. We do got the channel membership, and it comes with a lot of perks. This is not this is not a donation members only type of vibe here. Here, you get access to a lot of additional content. You also get access to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, which is a private server, channel members only server, where we have good conversation, good debates, good discussions. During the game, I give you my in the game analysis. Knicks plus 12 on the glass. Usually at this point in time, when the Knicks have a lead, they're 60. I give you all the little technical stats. If you're feeling the vibe on the channel, it's a great way to extend the conversation with me. And yes, I'm very active in there. 24/7 Knicks chats, and we also talk about other things as well. Of course, channel members get the cool little badges, and stars. We got a fantasy basketball league right now that we're doing for the channel members. It's called the Knicks Tape Madness Cup. I'm dominating. I'm getting ready to send J-Tab back home packing, and I'm always looking to add fun things. Okay, for the channel members. Trying to implement the playback, watch along games. Going to work on that, but there's a lot in store. Members only live chat, priority reply to comments, like my man BS10258. He's a channel member. He just said OKC dominance is the reason why I would trade for Giannis. That was his last comment. So because he's a channel member, he has a star. I was able to see exactly what he's talking about, and I'm always on the lookout for those stars. Okay, of course. Priority reply to comments. I just said that, but photos and status updates. I got this series called the Unfiltered Thought series, which I may do one tonight. I think I might do one on the Giannis trade tonight. But the Unfiltered Thought is just me just going in, giving some additional details, or sometimes I even speculate and have fun little conspiracy stuff sometimes, or me just being an investigative fan that who moonlights like a journalist, right? Not like Pablo Torre, because I'm not trying to expose nobody. I just uncover what's already there, and or which may not be as clear, but is there. So yeah, because of the I even got the Objective Fan Hoops videos where I'm hooping, and yeah, 14 episodes of that. I also got the discount on the merch and the discount on the 82 nights, like I said. Okay, 82 nights of Basketball Fans Companion. This week inside the Knicks.com right now. Go there, put your order in, and I look forward to seeing you inside the club, man. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. I do appreciate everybody for rocking with me on the way out as I get my soundboard together. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for making this a great show. Lot of great content and things that we discussed tonight. I want to do a gamification check on the way out. Salute to my man Ron Rivera in the #1 spot. Thank you for the super chat as well. Salute to the callers as well. My man Yuri, the brother who tried to call up from overseas. I do appreciate you. Who else was in the building tonight on the lines? Ice Water and the other brother, I think it was D from California, I think. Salute to everybody who called up. I'm trying to remember the names. But it's all good. I appreciate you guys. Mellow Mike in the building. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel member. I appreciate you, Mellow Mike. Salute to my man Nick Yak, BS10258 channel member, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Salute to Michael, who's also all of those things. Maxine, Supermod, I appreciate you. JV Hammer, salute to you. I seen you in the chat earlier today. Randu, channel member, I appreciate you, Randu. Thank you for joining the channel. Crim's dad, channel member in the house. Up late past his bedtime. Salute to him. Well, he's probably been knocked out, but I do appreciate you. My man Steve, Dallas Cowboys, big time salute to you. Even though you with the Cowboys, but I guess a Cowboy fan could also be a Knicks fan. Jose, I appreciate you, channel member, always on handling your business, right? And this is Isaiah, salute to you in the building. Charles Barkley, okay, in the building. H.R.M. the Great Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel member mod, I do appreciate you. Calculating, salute. JJP, NYC, and Cash. Big time salute to all you guys for rocking with me and everybody else who I didn't get a chance to mention. That's all I got for you tonight. As always, I'll see you Saturday for sure for the post game, but I'll also see you Friday for the Knicks call-up show. And that's all I got for you guys tonight. So as always, let's go.